Hi, Tyrone Shum here. Thanks very much for visiting my blog today and welcome to my outsourcing video. Currently it's probably around about 30 degrees today. It's this beautiful Sydney weather which we've been missing out for quite some time. It's been up and down lately these last few weeks, and finally we've got fall sunshine, and as you can probably see in the background there, got the nice blue waters as well. It's just a balcony I'm sitting at the moment where I'm at. Okay. What I wanted to talk to you about today is a particular topic that I've been asked on many occasions. The question is, once you've got virtual staff, what work to give to them? And this is a very common question that I've been asked regularly, and I thought this is going to be a good opportunity for me to share with you how I go about doing this and also what is important. I want to go through and outline just a few points so that you can get a better idea of how to go about doing this and also what to give to your virtual staff. Because when you do hire them, you might be thinking, okay, isn't it just easy just to give them all my work? And yes, it is, though if you could just imagine hiring a chimpanzee and wanting to get them to do tricks, or getting a dog to do some tricks, for example, you've got to teach them how to do it, otherwise they won't know what to do. And this is why I'm going to be talking about this particular topic, because a lot of people struggle with this. Now, what I've done with my first virtual staff, and also when I've started up my whole system of hiring virtual staff to outsource my entire business, is I needed to set up a system to be able to do this. And obviously without the system, you're going to be spending a lot of time training and managing and running everything yourself. Therefore, you've created more extra work. But by having this system in place, it makes it so much easier, and it's a hands-off approach, and you can spend more time doing things that you enjoy, like I'm doing right now, and also letting people do what they're best at. Okay, the first point is set up a project management system. And I've recently set up a really customized project management system for a lot of my students in the Mass Outsource Mastermind course. And I'll probably show you exactly what it looks like down below in the resources section. So if you just click on below, I'll show you exactly the link to it and also some of the screen captures of what you can get. But inside the project management system, you want to set up particular modules so that firstly it has training modules, and also daily accountability modules, and lastly week-to-week modules. And what I mean by that is I'll break these things down. The first thing I was talking about is training modules. Training modules is where you store all your business training videos, anything that's related to the materials that you need to do to train up the person or the virtual staff to run your business. And it can be put in at any time you want. So if you come up with how to set up and run your email for your virtual staff, put that in there, because at the end of the day, it's whatever comes out of your brain that is required in your business, just put it inside there, and that way you'll start to catalog and also build up a list of training modules for your virtual staff. The next thing as well is having a daily accountability module set up inside the project management system. And by having that in place, you can have your virtual staff be kept accountable for what they do. And if you don't have them keeping accountable for what they do, they can do literally anything they want, and you're paying them for work that they don't even need to do for your business. So that's important to have, and they need to submit that to you on a daily basis. That's crucial. Now, the next module that I was talking about was your week-to-week module, what I call a weekly task module. And what it comprises of is the set weekly tasks that they need to complete every day or every week. And these are the things that they always have to fall back on if there are no projects there. Say for example, right now I don't have very many projects for my virtual staff to do, particularly my programmers. And my programmers are currently going, okay, what do I do? So there's been this module that's been set up for them for quite some time now, and if there's nothing for them to do, they just simply fall back into this particular module, review any of the training material that I have there, review any of the outlined step-by-step guides that need to be followed, and just simply complete the work. So for example, one of them that I've got inside there at the moment is to complete and set up multiple websites on numerous different sites or different areas of the internet, and linking them back to my major sites such as Internet Business Path, Mass Outsource, and also for Ask and Reply. And those websites all create this multi-link which helps build up the page rank and also search engine optimization. And these things are always continuous that you can assign to your virtual staff to do. And that's something that you can do for your virtual staff, whether it be for virtual assistants, programmers, or for anyone that needs to do anything that's related to your business. And you set these things up in your project management system, and it's easy to do to set up. Okay, so once you've got these systems in place and they've been assigned this work, then the most important thing is obviously to monitor it. And I usually give myself about 1 to 2 months to monitor the progress, to see if they need additional training, to see how much more I can help them, or if they're fine with everything, then give it to them and let them be in automatic mode and continue to repeat these tasks every day for you. And once they do that on a day-to-day basis, you'll start to see that all your efforts of setting up these systems will start to pay off, and all the results will start to show. And you can obviously set these up by having the right reporting systems in place, such as using Google Analytics on tracking traffic, setting up time record sheets that I've done for my virtual staff. All those kind of things can help manage and also allow you to see what virtual tasks or what tasks to give to your virtual staff. And that's crucial that you understand how this system works and how it goes about. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I said what kind of tasks, I should say, can you give to your virtual staff? And maybe let's just start off with the basics. A lot of times people hire virtual assistants just to start off when they are hiring the first virtual staff. And for my first virtual assistant, what I got them to do was to check my email and to respond to my customer service inquiries. Because a lot of times I used to spend about 10 to 15 hours a week just checking emails and then replying to customer inquiries and customer complaints or feedback, etc. And because of that time, I could have spent doing other things that I enjoy doing. And this is why I've offloaded it to them to do. And imagine multiplying that by 3 businesses, that's like 30 hours a week. And that pretty much goes 3/4 of my time spent replying to emails and managing and administration stuff. So you can probably start that being the first thing if you have a lot of emails and a lot of those tasks. Otherwise, if you don't have that much emails in comparison to what I usually get, you can also assign them to do research tasks, and you might want to assign them to research all about different websites that you might be able to get, say for example, a link exchange with other websites to build up your network of links for your websites. Things like those that they can do. Another example you might want to give them to do is also submitting to different article directories, submitting to Technorati, Dig, doing all the different types of social media submissions. They take time, and a lot of times you don't need to physically sit there and enter in your own email address and your name and passwords and set up. You can assign that to your virtual staff and let them do it for you. And if they do it correctly and do it right, then you have yourself a very much automated system of how to be able to set up an easy way to drive traffic to your website. And those are some of the simple tasks that I've already assigned to my VA to do, and anyone can do it as well. Alright, well that pretty much ends this tutorial on what to do about assigning tasks and stuff to managing your virtual assistants as well, or virtual staff. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial and you got a lot out of it, and I'll hopefully see you soon then. Well, I'm Tyrone Shum, and all the best with everything that you do, and talk to you soon.